All right, orange juice aerobics. And actually today, I usually would do the dots and obviously my usual routine, but today I want to switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna be loud because I'm out in the corner. I'm out here on the corner of Palmetto and Wyckoff, out in Brooklyn. And this maybe isn't the best spot to do this, but it's not bad. There's a little clearing here. I just got walked out of the gym, so I just walked out of the gym. This is like a little courtyard in Brooklyn. Long story short though, I'll try to be loud so you can hear. There's a bus behind me right now though. But long story short, I've been doing too much of the same routine. So I've been doing dots, and I've been doing sprints, and I've been doing distance, but I've been doing a few too many miles. I need to do more sprints, which is something I say a lot. I always usually just jog a few miles and then I'll be like, oh, I should have ran some sprints. So I need to, I need to sprint a little more, but also I need to stretch. So today for Orange Juice Aerobics, all I'm gonna do for Orange Juice Aerobics today is stretch. So today's entire Orange Juice Aerobics, I'm just gonna stretch. And really, what I need to do is get out of my routine a little bit and just do a few different workouts to try to prevent injury and create more all-around fitness. So like right now, my running is improving, my sprinting is improving, but I wanna switch up my workouts and just keep progressing. And part of that is just stretching, doing different things. So instead of just doing the same routine this week, I'm gonna just stretch for 10 minutes. And it's really that simple, just because I need to be more flexible. And maybe I'll give up the work that I would have done today otherwise, or maybe I should do both and I don't have the time to add to it. But it's important to always be switching it up and trying new stuff. So like today, I'm just gonna stretch. Like today, Orange Juice Aerobics is just stretching for 10 minutes. 10 minutes of stretching, or yoga, or whatever you want to call it. And also, I've been thinking lately though, it's all about how many repetitions you do lifetime. So like this year I started keeping track of how many miles I run, not only per week, but per year. I think actually I just hit 99 miles. I'm about to cross 100 miles probably tomorrow. So I just hit like 100 miles on the year. It's April 15th, so is that 4.5 months? So I'm running about 25 miles a month, but which isn't that great. It's not bad, but it's not great. But it's all about repetitions. Just how many repetitions can you do too? How many miles can you do? How many dot drills can you do? How many bench press can you do? I played against this kid this week playing basketball who was really fast. He was a college track athlete. And it kind of got me thinking about niches on the basketball court and like what makes certain people good. And like for me personally, like a big part of the reason I'm good at defense is because I've been bench pressing for 20 years. So where some basketball players don't even really lift weights. So like part of the reason I'm good at defense in basketball is because I lift upper body. Well, sometimes I wish I had that advantage in my legs. Sometimes I wish I had, lifted legs for 20 years, But that advantage is entirely created from the repetitions. So I guess the other day I've been lifting upper body. I haven't always done legs. I used to not even do legs when I was younger. But I've been lifting upper body now for 15, almost 20 years, consistently, without hardly any breaks, at least once or twice a week. And that is definitely a big part of the reason I have a strength advantage. And that goes without saying. And then I thought about it. I've worked out on average, say twice a week for 15 years, lifted weights, upper body. That's what, 30 reps times twice a week, that's 60 reps a week for 15 years. That's 50,000 reps. So those 50,000 reps, that's great, and that's a good measure of my strength, those reps lifetime, how many reps I've done over the course of my life. But you gotta switch up your workouts too. And not only that, maybe you don't wanna be strong in the upper body necessarily to play basketball. Maybe you need that strength in your lower body. Where now too, I'm saying, I kinda wish I had that advantage in speed. And that's a matter of making up that time, making up those reps. So now I'm really focused on doing repetitions, just as many repetitions as I can too, and getting the most out of them sprinting wise. So I want to create the same advantage I have in my upper body strength in my legs in terms of my quickness. And that's a matter of just more repetitions, more dot drill, more sprints, specifically more sprints. I played against a kid who was a 100-meter sprinter, 200-meter runner, and he was too quick. I think he had 6 or 7 points, I had 6 points. We played pretty even. His team won, so he beat me by a little bit. But that speed advantage, it really got me thinking, because I work on my speed every week. But I'm a late bloomer. I didn't start doing sprints until later on. I've always just done bench press and the usual routine. Now, I want to catch up sprint-wise, but that's just a matter of lifetime repetitions. And it's the same thing if they want to catch up to me with their upper body. I've done probably 40, 50, 60, 70,000 bench presses. And you can't make up for that overnight. But long story short, you can switch up your workouts, do different stuff, try to be more rounded, and just keep progressing. So again, this week, I'm literally just going to basically stretch my core the entire 10 minutes. So I'm just going to basically do a 10-minute stretch today. And that's going to be orange juice aerobics today, and that is improving. Maybe I'm not doing the sprints, maybe I'm not doing the dots. You have to do different workouts too. It's about how many reps you can do, but also staying rounded. So, I'm trying to stay rounded too. You don't want to just do the same thing over and over and over. And doing a 10-minute stretch is good too, where I'll usually only do 1 or 2 minutes. And it's been affecting my running form lately too, where it'll help me run smoother if I do more stretching. So stretching is one way I can help myself, and then doing more sprints is another way. So I'm going to try to make an effort this summer to do more sprints and more stretching. And it's just a matter of time too. It's, do you want to put more time into it, or do you want to try something new? It's like I can just add this to my workout, or I can try a different workout today. And it's tough to juggle it sometimes. But, I'm definitely improving. As long as you're always focused on improving, anything you do to improve is going to help you most of the time. Anything you do workout-wise, in terms of fitness, anything you do fitness-wise is going to help your overall fitness. And in fact, dunking the basketball, that's really a measure of overall fitness too, where ultimately your athletic performance though is a combination of everything. So it's a lifestyle thing, but it's not. And at the same time, it's really just about how many reps you do. How many reps do you do per week? How many reps do you do per year? And then focusing on always getting better and trying new things. And that's kind of my approach to fitness. So again, today we're just stretching for 10 minutes. Maybe not even the full 10 minutes, maybe 8 minutes. I think I'm at 7 right now. But I feel good, I feel more fluid. My knees are tight, where the muscles too have been growing. And that's why stretching is important too. Is when my legs have been growing, physically growing. And I'm gaining definition of my legs for sure. But stretching is key too, because as your legs grow, or as any muscle grows, you want it to grow properly too. You want it to wrap around the nerves properly. You want it to wrap around the bone properly. So doing the stretching is key too, because you want the muscle to grow correctly. Yeah, my legs have gotten bigger even, I've noticed. So I've probably gained about 10 pounds of muscle. It's crazy, I'm almost 190 now. I'm 5'11", 190, and it's not all fat. I'm maybe 10, 11% body fat, maybe 12% body fat, 13% body fat. But I think a lot of the weight is just muscle in my core. I think a lot of it's muscle. I'm almost 190. It's crazy. And a lot of that is from working out my waist too, and all those little muscles, where I've added muscle to my legs. It's a weird thing. Yeah, there was a time when 5'11", 190, I used to think that was big. It's crazy. I used to think if a guy was 5'11", 200, that was ripped. And now I'm 5'11", almost 200, and I'm I could be a little bigger though. Now it's oh, I wish I was 220. But you're only gonna be so big too. girth isn't everything either. Like, size isn't everything either. Like, Alvin Kamara is a running back for the New Orleans Saints. He's not that big a guy, but he's strong. He's very strong. And like, even my arms aren't that big, but my arms are strong. Like, so it's not all about how big you are too. Like, being strong isn't entirely about how big you are or size too. So, you know, how hard you work in girth is not a big deal. Like, it's more about being strong, lean and strong.